Hello everyone, I'm going to discuss my dissertation topic, immigration in Ireland, economic and social effects on Ireland in the last decade. So, as we all know, globalization has made the world a smaller place and has opened gates to opportunity for everyone all around the world. The world today sees movement of people from one place to another, from one developed economy and saturated economy to the developing economy, where there is still scope for employment and growth. So migration is a two-side process. It has a demand side and a supply side. The demand side is the demand of skilled and unskilled labor in the growing economy, and the supply side is the people searching for opportunities in the new market. The research will focus on two major questions: why people migrate and what are the reasons for migration, particularly in Ireland. Was it a demand for specific labor or specific skill set? So, explanation of the question is the reason for migration. Why people had migrated from their native country? Did they, was it for studies? Was it for work? And was their economy not having enough employment, or the economy was not developing? So the other point will be demand side. Obviously, this will study the demand of migration, and was it industry driven or was it voluntary? Research hypothesis: migration is necessary even for the developing countries, as it help them to expand and open the ways for them to understand and explore new markets. Along with it, it also leads to a saturation of labor market sooner or later, leading to wages saturation and problem for local people to search. Migration in Ireland, the reasons for migration. So there are various reasons for migration. Every migrant has a different reason to migrate. Some migrate because they find a particular skill that they have to in a particular economy, so they migrate. Or others find their particular economy, the native place they are from, is not developing at the pace they wanted to. So there are economic reasons, there are financial reasons. There are at times people just move out for a change. At times people will migrate because for studies and different various other reasons. So the first reason will be why people why people migrate, and why did they particularly migrate to Ireland at that particular time. So the other thing that we study is the impact of migration on the economy. When a economy does have a is largely impacted by migration. So because there is a huge demand for various amenities like electricity and housing, and consumer goods also see a huge hike in demand. So the other thing that we'll try to study is the prices of goods and wages in the last decade, how they have changed, and what has been the trend. So immigration has had an is born to have an adverse effect on the labor market, as it leads to saturation sooner or later. So if we come to the next point, so there has been a lot of work that has already been done in this particular sector. So, but I will be trying to focus on various untouched points in the previous research, and I'll try to figure out what has been the major financial reason and financial impact on the economy altogether because of migration. The method that I will be using will be subjective, and it will be using I will be using people from different I will be having taking interviews from people at different countries and different backgrounds who have migrated to Ireland at different times, and what has been their experience till date, and what are the issues that they have faced. So the research philosophy, the idea behind the research is to outline the challenges and opportunities which the labor felt and migrated to this particular economy, the impact of migration on the economy, and the social aspect of migration on the economy as a whole. The research approach is deductive, which means that since it is a very broad topic, I will try and narrow it down to the extent where I can relate the migration to the development and the change in trend in the economy. That is the main approach. So the research will be done by interviewing, and the interviews will be both structured and unstructured to gain the maximum from the interviews. And the second method will be to critically analyze the result and link them with the trends they study, the result thereafter. Sampling, the sample size that I'm taking is 50, which includes both the demand side of the labor and the supply side, that is the recruiting agencies and migrants. So to study the demand side, I will be interviewing people who have employed migrants and other people and agencies which help people to migrate to this place. So to study the supply side, I will be studying interviewing the migrants themselves. Data collection. The data will be collected by a lot by by interviewing people who have migrated at several points of time, and this will be done by talking to people which are from entire different backgrounds, maybe people from different nationalities, different in social backgrounds, and all these groups might have had something in common. And do they have something in common, and do they do not have anything in common? So this is what is the main focus, to start different people who have migrated from different backgrounds to this particular economy, and what impact have they brought to the economy as a whole. So data analysis, so we'll study the trends, the rise and the fall of the economy, the changes in the economy, and the changes in the migration trends. And has it changed from skilled labor to unskilled labor, or from unskilled labor to skilled labor? How the labor trends have changed and how the economy has changed with them. So that will be done by studying both of them on a parallel basis. So the plan for completion will be that I will try to start my dissertation by mid of May and finish my interview by mid of June. And then there will be a month in which I will try to narrow down my results and find out what is relevant and put them in an organized manner, so that I can link them to the market trends that have occurred in the last decade. After which, the last phase begins of interlinking the market trends to the migration trends in August. So the research ethics will be definitely that I will try and make it clear to every migrant that I will keep all their involvements very particular, very secretive if they want it. If they do not want that their name should be out, we would not do that, and we'll put proper referencing of every lecture of the journals and the data that will be used as the secondary data. So that is how we take care of the research ethics and research limitations. The three major limitations that I feel would be the one will be focus on a particular point, as this is a very broad or research topic, so there will be a big challenge to narrow it down to a small one. The other limitation will be time constraint, as there is a chance of shortage of time, and the last limitation that I feel is the gaps that I might face because of the information from the respondents. So thank you so much everyone.